Hello friends, welcome to Live Traveling. Today we'll see
top-rated attractions and things to do in Monterrey, Mexico. Although one of Mexico's most industrialized cities, it's also the wealthiest and most westernized. Monterrey boasts one of the country's most attractive large city settings. It lies in the Santa Catarina Valley, dominated by the curiously jagged, 1,740-meter-tall Cerro de la Silla, Saddle Mountain, and 2,380-meter-tall Cerro de la Mitra Mountain, both of which make for exceptional sightseeing adventures and easy day trips, and is the capital of the state of Nuevo León. Begin a tour of the city at the Macroplaza, the world's fourth largest public square. Monterrey's Macroplaza is a great place to begin a tour of the city due to its proximity to many of the most important tourist attractions, most within walking distance or an easy bus or subway ride. Built in the 1980s, this 99-acre square encompasses a number of older plazas and their monuments, as well as pretty gardens that invite visitors to linger. Perhaps the best-known landmark, and certainly the easiest to spot, is the 70-meter-high Lighthouse of Commerce, Faro del Comercio, a massive rectangular structure that is particularly impressive at night when its dazzling green laser shoots out across the city. Marco, the Museum of Contemporary Art, opened in 1991. The stunningly designed Museum of Contemporary Art, Museo de Arte Contemporáneo de Monterrey, or Marco for short, stands on Grand Plaza and is a must for those curious about Mexican art. In addition to its many excellent temporary exhibitions, Marco boasts an extensive permanent collection of modern art from across the country. Highlights of the museum's 11 galleries include numerous fine paintings, sculptures, and installations from leading Latin American artists, as well as a smattering of works from international artists. The building itself is something of a piece of art, with highlights including its sculpture garden and a fascinating courtyard with a reflective mirror fountain. Also of interest to art lovers is Pinacoteca de Nuevo León, a museum offering visitors a look at fine art from Nuevo León from the 19th century onwards. Metropolitan Cathedral of Our Lady of Monterrey, Monterrey's most important Catholic edifice, and one of the top free things to do in the city, though donations are always welcome. The Metropolitan Cathedral of Our Lady of Monterrey, Metropolitana de Nuestra Señora de Monterrey, is well worth including on a walking tour of the city's downtown core. Work on the building started in the mid-18th century, but it took some 150 years or so to finish, finally being declared complete around 1890. Although not granted cathedral status until 1994, this impressive structure has long been the seat of the local archdiocese. Stroll along the Santa Lucia Riverwalk. One of the most pleasant walks in Monterrey is along the spectacular Santa Lucia Riverwalk, Paseo Santa Lucia, a man-made river that opened in 2007 and which stretches nearly 3 kilometers across the city, connecting the Macroplaza to Fundidora Park. Along the way, you'll discover numerous interesting sculptures, including a genuine Canadian inukshuk, a stone landmark or cairn, fountains, and other architectural highlights as the river meanders through the pleasant parkland along its riverbanks. A number of pontoon-style riverboats also provide a fun diversion, fee required, and in a few locations, cafes and restaurants have set up patios overlooking the river. Travelers should also note that it's also safe to walk after nightfall due to the illuminations of the sculptures and points of interest lining the river, as well as due to the presence of 24-hour surveillance. Free Wi-Fi is available along its entire length. Fundidora Park. A fun addition to any exploration of the Santa Lucia Riverwalk is to take a slight diversion and explore the many attractions to be enjoyed in Fundidora Park, Parque Fundidora, and if time's at a premium, you can always take a boat back to the Macroplaza. Located on the grounds of the city's old foundry, now a fascinating museum, Fundidora's highlights include a number of family attractions that kids will enjoy, including playgrounds, a sports arena with an ice rink, an artificial lake, a water park, and Sesame Street Park, Parque Plaza Sésamo, a theme park based upon the popular TV show. The Museum of Steel. One of the largest museums in Mexico, the Museum of Steel, Museo del Acero, is a must-see when in Monterrey. Built within a former steel mill, this fascinating attraction on the perimeter of Fundidora Park celebrates the city's long tradition as a steel manufacturing hub. Built around the old plant's massive 70-meter-tall blast furnace, this must-see attraction includes numerous exhibits dealing with the production of steel, as well as related products and industries. Another museum dedicated to the city's industrial past is the Glass Museum, opened in 1992 and concentrating on the history of glassmaking in the region. Also worth a visit are the Museo de Monterrey with its large collection of modern art by Latin American artists, Museo del Noteste, notable for its many exhibits dealing with the region's past, and the Palace Museum, Museo del Palacio, which showcases the region's social and political history. Explore Barrio Antiguo, the subject of rejuvenation and revival in recent years. The city's old Spanish quarter, Barrio Antiguo, is an interesting area to explore. Just a short distance from the Macroplaza, the area once a no-go zone for visitors for its unsavory goings-on is slowly gaining popularity for its many well-preserved examples of 18th and 19th century colonial architecture. While the former commercial center of Monterrey is now subject to a variety of restoration and development projects that will make it even more of a tourist attraction, it has already been improved a great deal by making many of the old cobbled streets for pedestrians only. Numerous attractive boutique shops, restaurants, and cafes can be enjoyed here, along with galleries and a sprinkling of museums. Mexican History Museum perhaps making up for the city's lack of ancient Mayan or Aztec archaeological sites. Monterrey was never settled prior to the arrival of the Spanish. The Mexican History Museum, Museo de Historia Mexicana, boasts a superb collection of pre-Columbian artifacts. Built in 1994, this high-tech museum offers visitors a look at Mexico's rich history since the first people settled around the country thousands of years ago to colonial times, and the present day through its vast collections and many interactive displays. Spread across 4 large halls are exhibits dealing with the country's cultural, economic, and political history portrayed through the use of art and models. The museum also boasts a man-made river with boat rides, and an on-site restaurant and store. The Obispado and a regional museum perched high up on a hill known as Cerro del Obispado stands the former bishop's palace, or Palacio del Obispado. This splendid old palace dates from the end of the 18th century and served at different times as both a fortress and a hospital, and in 1913 was even the holdout of notorious bandit and revolutionary hero Francisco Pancho Villa. These days, the building is home to the regional museum, Museo Regional de Nuevo Leon, with its many interesting exhibits focusing on the state's cultural and economic development. Of particular interest is the chapel with its fine churrigueresque facade and numerous artifacts relating to the Mexican War of Independence. The García Caves and Horsetail Falls, just a short drive northeast of Monterrey, is the small town of García, home to the García Caves, Grutas de García, one of Mexico's largest cave systems. Reached by a cable car ride that offers superb views over the surrounding countryside, this fascinating network of caves partway up the 1,080-meter-tall El Fraile Mountain, part of the Cumbres de Monterrey National Park, makes a fascinating excursion away from the bustling metropolis. 2 paths descend into the brightly lit caverns, which were formed more than 50 million years ago, ensuring you'll get plenty of good photos of the amazing rock formations within. Of particular interest is a chamber known as the Light Chamber, El Salón de la Luz, named after the nearly translucent quality of the cavern's ceiling.
Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, subscribe.